calculator to construct a table and estimate a maximum value. So if I click on Y to go to my equations page, remember to turn off any of your statistics plots. So if plot 1, 2, or 3 is highlighted, make sure that you unhighlight that. So I'll come down here to Y1 and put in my first formula. So this could be 36 minus 2x. And then I can immediately go over to the graphing page and look at it. If the x and y values aren't great to look at that graph, I could come to Zoom and select Zoom Fit, which you can just arrow down to it and press Enter, or just press 0 to look at that graph. But if I come over here to Table, which is second graph, it's put those y values into a table for me. So I can scroll down. Here's the table that my problem wants me to construct. So the graphing calculator does that for me automatically. You can see that it goes from 0 to 18, as we were expecting for our domain, not including 0, because that volume would end up being 0, and not including 18 because that length would end up being 0. So if I go back to the Y page, I can construct my volume. So that's x times 36 minus 2x squared. And I can look at that graph. And again, I'm going to want to auto fit the zoom. So that's zoom and then 0. So that's going to give me an idea of what that curve looks like, and I can come back to my table, which is second graph, and now it's added my y values as well. So the problem is asking me to just look at the table, construct a table, and then look for the maximum value. So I can estimate the maximum value based on this. And once again, you can see why 0 is not in my range, because it can't have a negative volume or a 0 volume. And if I come down to 18, that ends up being a 0 length and a 0 volume as well. If I come back to my graph, I can actually use my my fit feature to estimate the maximum value. So here I'm tracing along the y1 values, but to estimate my maximum volume, if I press up, I jump to the other graph. So I did that by pressing trace, and then you can see as x is getting bigger, y is getting bigger right now, up to a maximum value. And then it starts getting smaller. So that's another way to use the graph to estimate the maximum value.